Bienvenido! The day is here. Hello guys and welcome back to episode 1. Yes, 1. Technically 13, which is unlucky, so we don't want to make it 13, of season number 2 of the Barcelona save. Welcome back guys. As you can see on screen right here, we are actually still in season 1 because I wanted to show you this message before anything kicks off. But before I talk about this, don't forget, if you're new around here, welcome. There's already been a season. You might want to see that one of the Barcelona rebuild. We aim to build Barcelona up back to glory, and we are going into the second season. But before that, Antoine Griezmann has agreed his loan deal go permanent to Atletico Madrid. As Andrew Comas's contract goes, it's talking about next season. We get everyone back from loans and injuries, and it's perfect. So now we can actually go into season number 2 as, here we are. I actually went to click then, but I realised I actually can't. As we've got to pick our pre-season tournament. We've got to go for the Asian Elite Cup this time round. The biggest and best teams in Europe, which, speaking about Europe, spoiler alert, but you should be subscribed by now. You should have that notification bell and you should be caught up. We won Europe, or the Europa League, which is technically the easier trophy, but we're not going to speak about that. We're going to move on to the Champions League this year. Let's look at the budget. Moving straight into things today, and look at that. Barcelona don't have that much money. I guess winning trophies has helped us a lot, and technically they do have a lot of money, but they don't do good stuff with it, so you can see why the budget might be like that, but we've got to spend wisely. As take these things off, don't want them on all day. As the board objectives, we always like to try and complete as many of these as we can. As youth development, we've done the short term somehow. Okay, signed 2 defensive players, and then the long term still there. Brand exposure, 7 games without defeat in home matches in a streak. That's going to be hard. 3 players from North America. That's America, or the USA, Canada, and that's really it. Maybe Mexico and all that count as North America? I don't know. As domestic, win the league title and win the cup is what they want. And they want us to win the Champions League after winning the Europa League. And it was quite difficult as well, as within 2 seasons, increase the club worth. We should be doing that. As Barcelona manager, it's not very difficult, as we do have a full squad here. Look at all the players that have arrived back. We've got Gonzalez, Coutinho, Pjanic, Manic, Peña, Trincao, Mingueza, Azalawi, Azon, Gil. We're going to have fun this season, as I have gone ahead and listed players up for loan, some for transfer. You might guess who those are, although I haven't seen the comments from the last video because stupid little me, or not even just me, but YouTube decided not to post the video straight away, so I've had to delay it quite a bit looking at the comments. So I don't know who you guys have necessarily told me to keep and not keep, so I'm going to have to play it by mind, and of course play it a little bit skew with, try and maybe keep some of those players and see what you guys think I should do with them. As Hannibal is going out on loan this season, that's a good loan deal we've got through, and Sergio Roberto has left to Atletico. Good luck to him. Hopefully he can't play well against us, as Manchester United are the first team up in pre-season, and we hardly have a squad with the players that are out on international duty. Let's build one, shall we? As here we are, a lot of defenders actually out for this first game, but got some on the bench, including Gerard Piqué, who hasn't left yet. Busquets the same. Dani Alves has gone. Maybe it was just considering retirement. Has a couple of players you haven't seen for a while. Aubameyang, Dembele fully back fit. Felipe Coutinho in this squad. Oh yes, going to give him a chance. El Azoui back from Crystal Palace, where he had a good loan deal. And Mingueza back from, of course, wherever he was, it was Benfica. That's where he was. Trincao on the bench. Not many defenders, like I said, but Manchester United, if they have a full squad, they're actually going to do very well against us, but it doesn't look like they do as well. International duty wrecking both teams as a 1-1 draw. Coutinho and Lucas Vazquez. A fair result, as I bet he loved that goal against Manchester United, did old Felipe Coutinho. He's actually 30-year-old now as well, so literally is old. And I had a really big feeling that we'd be busy in this window this time round, and I say that, and we do get a loan offer right here. Francisco Trincao from Leicester City, and this actually is a loan to buy. He's 22-year-old, but I am going to delegate this one, and 26 million would be good in the future, and I'm going to let that one slide, as I do think we can get some quality players in, as Ilias and Gonzalez in the team for this next game against PSG. going to be a challenge. And we get a 2-2 draw, which ain't bad. Sarabia with the brace, of course. We played against him last season with Sporting Lisbon in the semi-finals of the Europa League as Ousmane Dembele and Gavi getting us level. Nice for the youngster to get one, as we should be through. Manchester United play PSG. We play Kawasaki Frontale, who are one of the host teams, of course, in this tournament. As a financial report comes through, they want us to... we actually have grown the club, which is perfect. Getting us out of that financial rut that the club kind of is in real life a little bit there, as I'm waiting for players to get back from international duty. I'm actually going to give Ricky Puig a game and Gerard Piqué, because I absolutely love the man. Give Araujo a rest, as we do need more defenders, probably, going into this season. I've been told to sign quality backups, which I want to do, as well as first teamers, as Coutinho at the brace to win us this one. Actually had a good pre-season as Felipe, as Chelsea are up next. Are we getting players back at this point? Not really, I don't think. No, they'll all just come back in one big sweep, I think. Oh no, Pjanic is down there. I mean, does he have a future in a Barcelona shirt? Out of the players that have come back, I'd say no. Though I'd never write anyone completely off with how it's going right here for... what's his name? Coutinho. He's doing very well in pre-season as he plays Chelsea, another team that he's just played. As we're going to simulate this one. Looks like they've gone weaker. Mingueza back in the back 11, but we've been beaten on penalties. Piqué, El Abidi and Ilias all missing their penalties. AJ Morales playing for Chelsea as well, and Bro has back in the team. They've done us in, and a poor shootout as PSG beat Liverpool. Okay, it's going to be a Chelsea PSG for... I'm going to say how we're getting into the final, but it's the Super Cup. PSG finally winning the Champions League in FIFA as we play them right here. But before that, I want to get signings in, and we're going to get the Super Cup done today. So that is an absolute brilliant thing to see. We've got quite a while till it. In our first game of the season, Atleti. Oh, that is going to be tight. That will be next episode, I've got to say, as the first thing I've actually gone ahead and done right here is Oscar Mingueza. He doesn't look to be living up to the hype he is in real life, kind of. So I have swapped him to a left back. I know Balde's playing, but Jordi Alba's knocking on. He's got an injury. Truffier the same. Both are out for ACLs. They won't be back at the start of this season. Mingueza could fill that left back slot. Perfect rotational player for that back line, as... Speaking of a rotational, can play left wing, right wing striker. He was on loan with us last season, and we want to make him the first permanent of this year. Adama Traore, not the best at shooting, of course, but he is very pacey, very strong, and a very good addition to this squad, I think, as 20 million is in his last year of his Wolves contract. We will submit that to Bruno Lage, and he wants Trincao in the deal. Trincao has significantly more potential, so if we could take the money out of it, maybe we've got a straight swap. Trincao for Traore. He's got more potential, but I do prefer Traore, as they want to slip a little bit of money in there. No, I think you're getting the better side of the deal, so I'm going to remove that sell-on clause, and I'm going to remove the money. Trincao for Adama, and that works. Hopefully, they can agree on wages, as this is kind of realistic. I could see this happening in real life. If Wolves want to keep Trincao, I don't know if they particularly would. As rotational, he does accept that. Absolutely perfect. Accept a 2-year contract. 52 million on the release clause is fine by me, because we can always up that if a club comes in for him. And the wage, he can have what he's on now, alongside a cheeky bonus, because we do have money to burn. And he accepts that, as he is welcome to the club. Now, straight after that signing, I see a big bidding for someone here. Piemonte Calcio wanting Pedri. Now this guy, not only am I going to reject it, it's got 156 million of course release clause. I'm going to go to the squad hub. I'm going to go all the way down to where Pedri is, and I'm going to click that button. He is the wonder kid. And the golden generation is slightly going down. Bit of an off point, but I've just gone on to put Adama onto a new training program, and Piqué, Jordi Alba, Busquets, they're all just decreasing in the rating, which I absolutely hate to see, as a loan offer for Juan Carrillo, this time from Fulham for 2 years, actually quite decent. Maybe starts off as rotational there, but I have faith he could be a good player, as Fofana goes to Stade de Reims. That is a good signing from Lens, I think it is, that he's come from. Very good signing. A player I was in fact looking at myself. Didn't go for anything in the end, as it just popped up as well. Germany winning the World Cup. Now that is something I didn't expect. I expected it to be England, as Franjolita, a loan to buy from Getafe. Delegate that. That is a perfect deal from me. And I'm going to stay on this menu because the next signing I really wanted to make was this guy. Darwin Núñez looks like the next Luis Suarez. Of course, Aubameyang is decreasing as well as the old boys that we've got. Depay will be up front on his own. Gil, not necessarily a backup just yet. And Depay, of course, is primarily a winger, not a striker. But he's moved to Everton. So what I'm going to do is I am going to not just change my plans completely. I'm going to look at my second option, which is also a player from, wait for it, the same club. Richarlison, 83 rated, has that special something, 5'11". I think everyone knows the quality that he does have, and if he takes a bench role, I don't think he will. He'd probably want to be up front with Depay on the wing, but him, Depay, Ansu, Ferran, Adama, Dembele as my forward options. What can go wrong? I really want to sign Richarlison. It was suggested in the comments as well, and I do see this as something that possibly could happen at a stretch. Ronald Koeman's been at the club before, Everton manager, even though he didn't manage when Richarlison were there. It's a bit of a strong link, but still it's a link. And of course, Everton not in the best of positions in real life as they want 58 million. We do have the money as it stands, but still going to try and be a cheapskate because that is in the nature. 55. That is accepted. Always a player I've wanted to use on career mode, but never really got the chance as he takes the rotational spot. Perfect. He's still got quite a few years left, of course, to play. Really good. Propose the release clause. I'm going to go 100 million for Richarlison. That is accepted. Perfect. And he wants a wage increase, an appearance fee, and a sign-on bonus fee. We're just going to accept it. We've got the money in the bank with winning the Europa League and Copa de España. Welcome our new striker to Barcelona, Richarlison. The Everton man comes straight in, and he's off on that bench as we've got a jam-packed squad as it stands. Really, really full. We've gone from all them injuries to just the one as we move towards the PSG game. That is two solid signings. Premier League usual boys, but two very good Premier League usual boys in Adama Traore and Richarlison, as Pjanic has an offer from Manchester United. To be fair, I know it's not as much money as we want, but that is some big money off the weekly wage, so that is accepted. Sorry to say to him, but no plans in getting him into the team as Franjolita. We will accept that deal from Getafe, and we will keep on going past the training day. Let's keep them coming. Maybe the bids into the club, because we've got a very big squad, a very big wage bill, as Heung-min Son goes to Liverpool. And I want to get some of these players off, as there we go. He's gone to Manchester United. Gil, a one-year deal to Aston Villa ain't bad. And Kessié from Manchester City, we all know that is a no. As whilst we're at it, he is best captain material, but I know he's not really a captain of Barcelona, as we're going to take the armband off him. It's between De Jong and Araujo. Most comments have said Araujo, so I'm going to give him it for now. But if you think it should be De Jong, if you think it should be anyone, comment it down below. As we approach this PSG game right here in Leipzig, a decent amount of money for a 30-year-old Marc-Andre ter Stegen going back to his native country. A lot of money again off the weekly wage, but I'm going to reject it this time. Marc ter Stegen will stay here. I do think he'll leave whilst we're still doing this career mode, but not immediately. I do not have any plans to get rid of him straight away, as the Super Cup is a very entertaining game and hopefully lives up to expectations. Gerard Piqué wanting to play. I'm going to tell him it's a team game. I know you are crucial, but you're aging, of course. And we have got better players at the moment. Speaking of, let's get the squad ready. As here is the team we are going to go with. Ter Stegen in the goal. Serginho Dest. Araujo as captain, of course, so he might be lifting a trophy at the end of today. Christensen and Mingueza with Kessié, De Jong and Pedri. Ferran Torres, Depay and Ansu Fati. On the bench, of course, our new man Richarlison. Dembele. Coutinho's been playing very well. Difficult decision to keep him out of the squad, but we've got one of the best midfields in world football, I've got to say so. He is on the bench with Gavi, Neto, Piqué and Balde. Even Adama kept out of this one. Been hard to pick it, but we've gone ahead and done it. As let's go to a neutral ground, Stadium Europa, for the Super Cup. And there's the trophy we want to get our hands on, as it looks like the same stadium we finished, of course, last time in the Europa League. Rico, Hakimi, Diallo, Marquinhos, Wijnal. Love this graphic. Lamar, Herrera and Verratti. They've gone very rotated. Although up front it's Neymar, Mbappe and Messi here against his former club. That's going to be exciting. I am buzzing for this one. You know what our squad is already. And we've got to respect the GOAT, of course. We cannot go in slide tackling him. We love the man, as Andreas Christensen with a fizzed pass into Kessie. Our team have been out a lot. Well, most of the team, I would say. Maybe 10 out of the 11 on international duty most of the season. Because, of course, they was at the World Cup as Kessie onto Frankie de Jong. That's a good pass in behind. And how was he offside? No idea. And usually when two teams play each other from, what do you call it? Like from the Europa League and Champions League in the Super Cup, you never really can guess who's going to win it. But I feel like this could be a tight game because we've got a very good squad. But they've got Lionel Messi into Mbappe and it's 1-0 PSG. I'm speaking to myself into a huge rut right here as the boy wonder, the best wonder kid in the world, puts PSG 1-0 up. And it's a good finish, you know. Verratti with good footwork. Messi keeps it away from the whole defence. And it's just put into Ter Stegen's right-hand side. He was not sighted correctly. Araujo in the way. And PSG in the way of a cup. Quite poor. Technically, though, these are the best team in world football with the team that they have. But the defence, to me, just looks kind of beatable. I don't know why, as that's going to be a foul to us. Araujo just passed that in front into Frank Kessie. And that was a bad one. It's into the middle with Andy Herrera and Neymar Jr. Araujo. No, not there. When they've got Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, set pieces are going to be absolutely clinical to them as Messi with a chip over. And I don't think the GOAT's made the best decision right there. Straight into Ansu Fati here. And can we break away? Ferran Torres down the wing, who stole his position, of course. And he's headed it into his own path. Back heel now into Ansu. Onto Depay. That's a good pass onto Pedri. And a good save. Sergio Rico rotated their goalkeeper. And to start off with, I'm going to go for a cross into the box. Captain Araujo, can he have a goal? He cannot. Not the greatest of headers as Lamar around the corner. Neymar Jr. It's a good one into Kylian Mbappe. And they've got another run onto the box. But Christensen, good tackle. Do I replace Christensen? He's been very, very decent. But of course, it's him. And I've got a feeling he can just flick at a switch. As Dest not very good right there. And Dest, speaking of him, I really wanted him to just pin down that position, but performance-wise, he's not been the greatest in season number 1, I've got to say, as Ferran Torres on a smart turn right there, picks a ball out. Pedri was free, but it's gone over to Ansu Fati instead, cuts inside of, I think that was, well, no, it wasn't Messi, as Memphis Depay keeping the ball. That's a good ball into Pedri, back to Memphis, releases the trigger, or pulls the trigger, on target, unlucky right there as Dest, Pedri, De Jong, that's a good run down the line. Ferran Torres into Memphis with time this time. Camera couldn't even catch the goal as we have levelled it in the Super Cup. Memphis Depay, he is Mr. Barcelona now. Messi's gone. Really top draw as it's a good finish to get us back in the game. Frankie de Jong down the line, complete football, dragged back and finished past Rico into the top bin. Loving that as Frank Kessie now into Pedri. We'll get this ball onto Memphis Depay and over the top for Ansu Fati, who's going to try and cut it back. He lost the ball at his feet a little bit, but we are starting to dominate in the middle of the park, and I think that is down to our midfield being better than theirs. As I say that, and Kessier's messed up again. What you don't want when your player messes up is Mbappe, Neymar and Messi running at you as it's threaded through to Neymar, who's put it past Ter Stegen. Another ex-Barcelona man just fizzing it in. And before half-time, PSG take the lead. Mark finished that one, just kept composed with the ball and threaded it through last minute to beat our goalkeeper. They've regained it. Not what we wanted as Kylian Mbappe as well. He's chipped Ter Stegen. And it is 3-1. Right, we're getting thrashed now in the Super Cup, which I really don't like to see. Andy Herrera celebrating with Kylian. This game's going. We were, keyword were, all over these about 10 minutes ago, but in literally a flash, Kylian Mbappe's chipped Ter Stegen. He's still thinking about the Leipzig contract offer, and we're just in the mud. It'll have to be a better second half, as here is Kessie Straight on to Frankie de Jong. He's going to try and get this around the corner into Ferran. Now into Memphis again. That's a smart turn. Memphis Depay aiming for the bottom corner, but Rico comes out on top as, speaking of corners, there is a big gap there for Ronald Araujo if he can reach it. Defender's there, but Araujo gets it anyway. He's scored another header. I do think he's captain material. He leads with his head. Brilliant goal from the corner as well. Memphis Depay now a goal and an assist as our big centre-back coming through the ranks beats, not Memphis, but Neymar at the near post to get us instantly kind of back into it. At half-time, what an entertainment game this has filled out to be. 3-2 to PSG. We are still behind, but I am buzzing with the way we've played. Look at that, we've been all over the Champions League winners, don't forget that, as well as we've got Dembele on the bench, Richarlison, Coutinho, Piqué, Balde, Gavi. We can make changes a little bit into it, but not right now. Just got to keep on going as a dodgy tackle from Andy Herrera to kick us off. Kessié with a passing to Serginho Dest, fizzed into Pedri. Not the best of ball, but Memphis round the corner. Ansu Fati takes it first time, and Rico, good save. Oh, that really needed to go in if there was any spark of a comeback, as we'll put this front post again. Why not stop with these if it is working out? Araujo almost got it. Falls to Christiansen on the edge and not far away for his liking. You can see we do want to win this as Ronald Araujo coming a bit far and not getting it right there. Andy Herrera into Verratti. Now into Hakimi at the side. Verratti. And Mbappe's got Messi in front of him who's now offside and Christian has the block. And Ansu Fati to run away with the ball right here. And is this a good run on from Memphis? I think it might be. Defender on his back. Diallo. That's got to be handball, right? Surely, but we've still fought for the ball back. Hakimi gets on the overlap. I am not seeing things, am I? He handballed that ball. Stopped us from attacking as we haven't got on that. And Mbappe onto Messi. He's just squeezed away from us a little bit as we've come across. Pedri onto Oscar Mingueza. Ansu Fati. Depay in front. And we're going to hook this out wide looking for him. Still not reaching him as there's almost an hour on the clock. I do want to give Richarlison a debut and will be a very strong debut against PSG, but we can test him as they're moving forward here though. Verratti, don't want to give them another goal, as what I've done is move Memphis onto the wing for Ansu, and I am going to put Richarlison straight on Ter Stegen with a pass out to Araujo as well. They're still keeping the pressure up, but we've managed to get past it with Kessié. Good pass into Memphis, and we'll go down this side. Ferran Torres, Frankie de Jong inside of him. Just past that, he's definitely onside. Frankie de Jong. Defender got across the block, and that should have gone in as Memphis Depay tackled by Christiansen, but ball still squeezed through, and just wide off the glove of Ter Stegen. Brilliant stop from our man between the sticks, as don't let them do anything from a corner. Marquinhos can head it himself. Neymar Jr. comes for the short one. Oscar Mingueza just trying to watch him and doing very well. That is very, very good from our Uruguayan defender, as we're going to run forward right here with, is this Dest? I think it is, and it's a good run. Memphis in the middle. Richarlison, I don't know where he is. Oh, that was actually Richarlison running, wasn't it? No. Where is the big man? No idea, but we've gone ahead and put Coutinho on and Dembele for... Whoa, that's a bad tackle. Kessié, who's coming off anyway. Another yellow card for one of their central midfielders. And Ferran Torres makes way. So we've got 13 minutes left. Gambled on the subs, but we've passed it straight into Idrissa Gana Gueye, as now they can attack again. Mbappe out to Neymar. Serginho Dest actually tackling Junior, as Wijnaldum keeping it away. Gini Wijnaldum on the field for them as well. We all know the transfer saga that went down with Barcelona and him. He was destined to sign for him, but chose Paris instead. As can we attack with this? Ousmane Dembele, rumoured with a move away. And look at Richarlison. Finds the man on the wing. It's Felipe Coutinho who's offside. How was he caught off as they put Ramos on now to try and shore it up? Maybe he was holding his shoulder. Maybe he's still struggling with a little bit of a knock. Risky putting him on, but no. We've still got potential to maybe get this level and go to penalties, as Hakimi round the corner of, I don't know who this is marking him, but he's passed it out of play. Potentially last chance to attack as Messi is injured. Never like to see that, even if he's on the team against us, as Oscar Mingueza cuts inside, tries to find a pass into the centre. Not good enough from the left back. And that could be that if we don't win it back soon enough. That double that they got really quickly could sink us, as Messi shouldn't be getting onto this, please. There we go. Coutinho defending his ex-teammate has passed it through the middle. Christiansen rides that challenge. Frankie de Jong has got Araujo running on. The captain, the centre-back, and a big save there. Please manage to keep it as it's a corner ball, but Sergio Rico has just pulled out an absolutely amazing save from the shot of our centre-back. What was our centre-back doing there? I mean, it is last minute and we are attacking, so hopefully maybe we could get something from this. Neymar at the near post again. Araujo making the run. Can we take this to penalties? Araujo pushed. Surely pushed, but it isn't enough to get anything. PSG have won the Super Cup. I'm going to say my phrase again. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We, of course, won the Europa League last season. These were Champions League winners. And to take them this close, I mean, yeah, we had potential to win the game, but I'll take getting this close. I'm not watching them lift the trophy. Unlucky from us. Second half definitely not as good as the first, as we've got 3 days left until season begins, and that will be in the next episode, which you won't have to wait a day for. We'll actually get it straight out to you, I hope, as loan deal. There we go. Tournament prize money, 3.5 million. Okay. As Borussia Dortmund looking to pay the release clause of Serginho Dest. Are we on a new right-back search? Maybe we are. I did see him as a player that we could play, but if he decides to leave, I kind of won't mind it, as Azon is going to get a loan to Bruges. That's a step up from his last loan in Bologna, I think it was. Very nice, as the result wasn't very nice to us. But we move on to the league, and let's go for the title. We're always going for it, even with the struggles we're in on and off the field. And of course, players still to be signed. As thank you guys for watching this episode right here. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well, so you do not miss anything in the future. That has been it from episode number 1 of season number 2. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care. In a bit. And hopefully see you all next time. Thank you for 5k. It means the world. And peace.